Cathie Wood backs Bitcoin amid currency devaluation. 17 days to the Bitcoin halving. What is happening in Bitcoin? We'll analyze the charts today. And then we're going to react to this video by Ian Rogers on Bloomberg explaining the anticipated halving event. This, my friends, and much, much more we will be looking at. Welcome again to Decrypting Crypto. I am your host, Stefan Subero, the Holistic Growth Mentor, and I am super pumped, my friends. This week has been amazing. We are seeing a lot of things happening in the market, and a lot of people are just like sitting back. What's going to happen? Are we going to go up? Are we going to go down? This consolidation phase that we're in, very important for the crypto space, and a lot can happen in the next coming weeks. If you're first time joining, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment, and let me know, what do you think is going to happen in crypto? Are we going up? Are we going down? Love to hear your comments. Now, let's jump straight in to this first news article. This first news article on the news crypto. ARK Investor CEO Cathie Wood backs Bitcoin amid currency devaluation. Now, Bitcoin's ascent might be attributed to the status of a flight to safety from depreciating fiat currencies. In an interview that was made public on April 3rd by CNBC, Wood characterized BTC as an investment that has both upside and downside risk. While US-based ETFs may have dominated the 2024 Bitcoin narrative, ARK's Wood sees another critical component. The opportunity being provided to ordinary folks is even more significant than the fact that institutions are now receiving much needed exposure to Bitcoin. They covered the currency devaluation, and it goes on to say this: people are ignoring the fact that there are currency devaluation happening. Wood brought up the example of currencies like the Egyptian pound and the Nigerian naira, which have both seen their value plummeted by half compared to the dollar in the last several months. And listen, my friends, we may not be seeing it that much in the US, Canada, Australia, but the devaluation of these dollars are also happening. Inflation has been skyrocketing and really cutting into our use of our currencies. So we're not running away from this. We're not going to escape it. It might be happening a little bit slower for us, but it's coming, my friends. It's coming. Now, this article goes on saying Wood came to the conclusion that this serves as a safeguard, she's talking about Bitcoin, against the renegade governments or just terrible fiscal and monetary policies, as ARK's ETF product competes with the largest asset managers in the world, where Wood has maintained her vocal backing of Bitcoin. The sudden flood of institutional money is the main reason, according to Wood's March prediction, that a 1 million Bitcoin price tag will be arriving before Bitcoin. My friends, what do you think before 2030, before Bitcoin? Oh my God. What do you think, my free thinkers? Do you think we can get a $1 million Bitcoin before 2030? Please let me know in the comments. I would love to see your thoughts. Now, let's jump into some market analysis. And we can see that right now, first of all, we have the Fear and Greed Index continuing to decrease. We started off the week around 79. The decrease is happening even more. Now, we can see that Bitcoin is recovering. We're up about 4.7% in the last 24 hours. And Ethereum also pulling up. Overall, the market is starting to see a nice recovery. Now, if we look at this right now, Bitcoin halving countdown, 17 days until the Bitcoin halving, estimated date April 21st. What shall happen? What's going to happen? We're going to wait and we'll see. Now, if we really take a look at the Bitcoin charts, and I talked about this at the beginning of the week, what I was expecting, and it's playing out pretty much to par, right? I was expecting a whole of this support, right? We've kind of touched it multiple times, and we are holding this massive support, right? This is a really strong level that we want to hold. And this has allowed us to create this symmetrical triangle. Now, symmetrical triangles are patterns that, again, they're almost 50-50. It really depends on the trend that we're in. Because we are in a bullish trend, personally, I think this is going to break out to the upside. Now, couple things to note. We are right now on the 4-hourly time frame. We are, we came down. We technically, this would have been a bearish flag, but when it continues to do this, we create a pattern known as an inverse Bart Simpson, which kind of does this, right? So it does this kind of thing, looks like a Bart Simpson, and this is normally a reversal pattern, which we can see. The technical take profit zone will be somewhere up here. Will we make it all the way? I'm not sure. We're almost there. We pretty much hit it, right? And we seem to be breaking back above the all-time high. Now, at this stage, I think that we could potentially come a little bit higher, right? And if we don't break these zones around the 69,800, then I can see us reversing back down and potentially creating a W pattern, right? So we can probably have this happen. We create a W pattern, which is another bullish pattern, right? So once we create a W pattern somewhere around here, we could potentially see a breakout to the upside. Again, there's a couple of main factors I'm looking at, that we'll have to put into play. Is there enough volume for such a strong breakout? Because these are some really strong resistances we have right now. So at the end of the day, the main thing will just be like ranging in this pattern until we break out. Or scenario number 2, let's jump into the Bitcoin ETF. We can see that the inflow and the outflow have been, it's been really balanced. We have not had that much money going into the ETFs as these last couple of weeks, right? This is when we saw those massive moves. So personally, until we start seeing much more inflow than outflow, I predict we're going to have this kind of sideways consolidation happening, which again, very healthy, very good for us to just have these sideways moves and then potentially have a breakout sometime after the halving. Now, before we move on to the reaction video, I'm just going to drop a quick message from our sponsors. And just take a second and listen to this. As the world sinks deeper into debt, your hard-earned money loses value daily. The solution: safeguard your wealth with smart, diversified, and decentralized income strategies. Breakout Solutions is on a mission to take back personal freedom, individual rights, and financial sovereignty. As the era of CBDC's digital IDs and social credit system approaches, it's crucial to act now to safeguard your financial future. Introducing the Future of Money, your guide to what's happening and what is coming. Join our 90-minute session to equip yourself, your loved ones, and your business against a system bent on control. Your time is precious. Don't waste it anymore. Use the link below, join our next virtual event, and access my exclusive bonuses. Now, we don't have a Future of Money this month, but you can use the link in the description, get access to the replay from the last one. And again, if you are looking at expanding and getting some help on your crypto journey, you can also use the link in the description to book a 45-minute strategy call with yours truly, and we can kind of see how we can continue guiding you on your journey. Now, let's jump into this video reaction. Now, very interesting. It's a really, I really enjoyed Ian's approach and explanation to the halving. So let's go ahead and listen.
When you're thinking of the halving, are you expecting everyone's going to be a flurry of anticipation to have more, to own more as the supply becomes more limited and it does drive up the price?
Well, I think the halving is a great opportunity for people to learn more about what Bitcoin is and how it works. Bitcoin, it's designed to mimic precious metals in that the more you mine it, the more difficult it becomes to mine. And going into this halving is we have an unprecedented setup. because we have hit an all-time high on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis, prior to the halving, which is something that hasn't happened before. In the times that's happened previously, after you have, this weekly, monthly, quarterly all-time high, you've had an appreciation of 300%.
Right.
So, the setup of the halving is interesting because, it's a financial endeavor for the miners, and you can learn a lot from watching what the miners
Very interesting right now what he's going to say. Please listen to this.
are doing going into the halving, and they've been investing, so they've obviously been betting their businesses on the price of Bitcoin going up, and it looks like they're about to win their bet. Looking to the miners to see what they think is going to happen after the halving, then what you're doing is you're saying, okay, well, what's the break-even point for them? So at the current, at the current rate of Bitcoins being created, which is about 900 per day, the break-even point for them is a $32,000 Bitcoin. So they've been investing all year long, even knowing that after the halving, the break-even point for them will be $64,000 Bitcoin. So even, back in January, when the price of Bitcoin was between $40,000 and $50,000, they were still investing, betting that the price of Bitcoin would surpass that $64,000.
So remember, the miners are managing the network. They're the ones bringing the circulation of Bitcoin into place. So again, without the miners, there's not much happening when it comes to the price action, right? Because they are betting on this price action going up for a reason. They're running these massive, massive businesses. If they're not in profit, then they actually have to shut down the mining.
Mark. So now Bitcoin's, hovering around $70,000. And then what you have is, again, as I said, you have about 900 Bitcoins being created on a daily basis. After the halving, that will go down to 450 Bitcoins being created on a daily basis. But you have this new event, which is the Bitcoin ETFs, which are driving a demand of around 2,500 Bitcoins every day. So, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. 19.5 million of those are already in existence. All of those have come into existence via this mining process. And if you just look at the supply side, we've had kind of a we've had this demand that's been created by the ETFs, and then now you're about to have the supply shock of the halving. So,
listen, I think I'm going to stop this here. I think it's really important for everybody to really see what's going to be happening. Like you said, the ETFs have been sucking about 2,500 Bitcoin every single day, right? We have a daily supply of new Bitcoin, about 900 Bitcoin every day. That is going to be cut in half, basically in less than a month. We're only going to have 450 every day. So we can see that the demand far outweighs the supply. So again, very simple supply and demand. The price of Bitcoin must go up. It must go up to really create that balance again. So my friends, that's all I want to leave you with today. Listen, if you found value in this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and share this with your friends, your family, your community, so everybody can access this information. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Have a great, great weekend. Stefan out.